right, welcome to the Wiley Manager 3-minute crash course where we give you a bit of a peek, an inside look into the topic that we talk about on our full-length podcast. And this week's topic, Bob, is the workplace weasel.
Weasels. We're talking about weasels, Jed.
So on the full-length version, what kind of things do we get into?
Well, we talk about what a weasel actually is. We talk about different types of weasels. Most importantly, we talk about suggestions and ideas for dealing with workplace weasels, and we leave you with 3 things to remember.
All right, so maybe quickly we can share what we mean when we're talking about the workplace weasel. What are they?
Well, I went on to Wikipedia and I looked up the definition of weasel for those in the wild. Yeah. And in the wild, a weasel is a rodent or vermin predisposed to aggressive and undesirable behavior, but also known for its cleverness and guile.
Yeah.
Yeah, and in the workplace, it would be a rodent or vermin predisposed to aggressive and undesirable behavior, but also known for its cleverness and guile.
I'll insert rim shot here.
Yeah, dum-dum.
So in the full-length version, we get into detail about 6 types of weasels. So we talk about the backstabber, the slacker, the credit taker, the liars, superstars, and boss hogs. These are the certain types of weasels that we spend some time on in the full-length version. But maybe there's some general rules that we could share with the folks that we talk about.
Sure. Well, if you're subject to weasel, any type of weasel, here's some ideas that you can use to address that behavior. The first one is anticipate weasel behavior. So, again, if you work with these people, they don't wake up one morning and become a weasel or grow a weasel head. They've usually been a weasel for some period of time. So anticipate that weasel behavior and try to figure out how you might act or react to it.
Okay.
The second suggestion is that, insulate yourself wherever possible, right? So, again, if you have a weasel sit down at your table at lunch every day, get rid of the weasel. Don't go sit somewhere else. And you're not always able to do that. Where you can, you should try to insulate yourself from weasel behavior.
All right.
If you can't do that, you need to bring weasel behavior out into the open. So weasels don't like bright light, Jed.
Yes.
So shine the spotlight on weasel behavior, and oftentimes just by virtue of doing that, you can fix a lot of the problems.
Flush them out of their little holes.
That's right. You need to make sure whenever you're dealing with weasels that you channel your inner Mr. Spock and do it as emotionless as possible. Focus on the facts, because the grand mal screaming match only works on TV sitcoms, and even then not that well.
Okay.
And finally, I'm going to suggest that you never ever lower yourself to weaseldom.
Don't become a weasel yourself.
Watch your own behavior, and don't let somebody else. You only control your own behavior. Make sure you don't let that person drag you down to their level.
Right on. And in the full-length version of the podcast, we talk about these ideas and more specific ways to deal with the 6 different types of weasels that I mentioned earlier on. So join us on the full-length version, and you get that at wileymanager.com, or alternatively, you can find us on iTunes as well.
We'll see you next time, Jed.
See you, Bob.